You're watching Nature Moments with Gabe.
Behind me in the tree is leucistic American robin. There's a more typically colored robin on the right. The American robin is a kind of thrush, and they are one of the most abundant birds, particularly songbirds, in North America. You can find them in a wide variety of habitats, and they do really well around people. And they love park settings like this. It's very likely that you've heard or seen robins. Maybe you've even had them around where you live, or even building a nest very close to your home. They're omnivores. They'll eat a wide variety of different kinds of food, but they especially like small fruit and ground living insects or invertebrates, like earthworms, as they're most famous for eating, perhaps. So it's amazing to see a robin that doesn't look like a robin. Sometimes living things, just through the basic mutations of their DNA, will have a completely different color pattern than any related individuals. This is most commonly known from kind of two variations. Either an animal will look very dark, and this is usually referred to as melanism, when the mutation causes cells to produce a lot of extra melanin, which is a dark pigment that contributes to, among other things, the color of our skin, or dark pigments in a lot of different animals. So that will result in hair and feathers, and also just the basic color of the skin all being much darker. On the other extreme, there is albinism, which is when a creature produces no melanin whatsoever.
This means they appear very pale across their body, sometimes even completely white in hair or feathers or scales, but not always quite that way, because there's often other pigments in their bodies that are still being produced, just not melanin. Often albino animals will even lack the pigment that gives color to the iris of the eye, but this isn't always the case. Another variation on this color change towards white is leucism. Now, leucism describes a bunch of different conditions that all result in an animal not producing any pigments whatsoever in certain parts of their body. Sometimes this looks very patchwork, sometimes this is across the whole animal, but leucism can look a lot of different ways in different animals, and there's some very famous examples like white lions and white tigers. I suspect that this robin here is leucistic, but it's actually impossible to know without doing some kind of genetic test.
Regardless, it's extremely cool to see a different color for a very expected animal. This could happen basically in any species. So keep your eyes open in your own neighborhood for variants like this. Well, thanks for joining me on another Nature Moment with Gabe. Be sure to find joy and wonder wherever you are today. We'll see you next time.